Hi, kids. Woo! Welcome to another episode of Bad Pop Song.
Yay.
Movie edition.
Oh, more movies.
Yes, more movies.
All right.
Off topic, I do want to plug this really quick. Something very momentous is happening for Dan and I. Coming up for you local Cincinnatians and any other fans who want to come into town, interview Bad Pop Song fans. Sorry. Dan and I are recording our final audio music show at the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library in Avondale on Monday, June 17th from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And it's really exciting because we are going to be recording in front of a live studio audience.
Oh my goodness.
So we would really just be so over the moon if you could make it, to our final audio recording of the music show. As you know, the music show will continue just like these movie editions on video, in video format. So
So there we go. Do we want to mention who is going to be joining us?
Oh,
on
yes.
stage?
Yes. Very exciting. Very exciting. Our guest, our very special guest for this episode. I will also mention we are doing this episode in honor of Black Music Month, which we are right like smack dab in the middle of. And our featured guest will be Mildred C. Fallon, who is a Fox 19 journalist and music blogger. And I'm really thrilled that she will be joining us. And I'm really nervous and I'm just it's just so unexpected. So yeah.
It should be fun.
Yeah, what a way to have our final audio version of the music edition.
Yeah. So we should have some really interesting music put forward.
Oh yeah, and it'll all be curated to annoy Dan.
But it'll also maybe even annoy the audience too. So I won't be the only one.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see who turns up. So yes, Monday, June 17th, Public Library, Cincinnati and Hamilton County, Avondale branch, 6 p.m.
Be there or be square.
For sure.
So regardless, we're here for another movie thing.
Yes.
You're Beau, I'm Dan.
This has been quite a weekend of movie watching for me. Yes, I am Beau.
And I am here to remind you.
Yeah, that takes a little getting used to, doesn't it?
I'm here to remind you to go to badpopsong.com, check out past audio episodes as well as all of our new video episodes will be up there. See some articles written by Beau about movies and listen to some of his music because his music is awesome.
Thank you, Dan. All things irritatingly Beau, absolutely.
Irritating?
Because it's all about me.
It's all about you.
One of these days it'll be all about you, but
no.
Until that happens.
Maybe all about you.
Oh yes, you, our loving viewers, our loving and supportive viewers.
So what are we talking about today, Beau?
Oh my gosh, yes! Wow, not only did I see Bad Boys 4 this weekend, I caught The Watchers.
Okay,
which is written and directed by Ishana Night Shyamalan, who is M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. Yes. After seeing her, I was a big fan of the Apple TV series Servant.
Okay.
And she, her father is one of these executive producers. And Ishana Night Shyamalan wrote and directed a handful of the episodes.
Okay.
And it is a very fun, creepy, like supernatural horror, like just skin crawling, good stuff. Really good show. But when I found out that she was making her feature film directorial debut, I was like, yeah, I gotta run to the theaters and see this immediately. So yeah, The Watchers.
Okay.
I don't know. I want to start off by saying it's not getting the greatest reviews. Most of the reviews that I've read, and I read most of them before I went to see the film, they're kind of paraphrasing what Owen Gleiberman from Variety has basically said. It says the film is more promising than it is good. And in general, too, a lot of the critiques I've been reading are saying that it's a little too plot heavy and you know, and not a great script. But having said that, I have no real issues with the film. I actually think it's a pretty good, solid. I'd give it maybe 3.5 stars out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it anything that I'm still like mulling over or just still like completely in awe or wonders about? No, it's not something that's like staying with me. But in the moment, I like the film. And generally disagree with most of the critiques.
Okay.
So I saw it for very specific reasons. I mean, of course, I wanted to see M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. What her style would be like.
Right.
If she's trying to follow the footsteps of the horror suspense, sort of
twist ending sort of thing.
Yeah. Her dad seems to be one of the masters in that, and it has some actors in it that I'm quite fond of, like Dakota Fanning, and I've especially I have more of an admiration for Dakota Fanning since I've seen her recently in the Netflix series Ripley, and she plays the Marge character, who in the Anthony Minghella film from like 1999, with Jude Law and Matt Damon, Gwyneth Paltrow played Marge, and Gwyneth Paltrow's Marge was just very whiny and just. I don't know. She was just too of a vapid kind of a. Dakota Fanning's Marge in Ripley in this latest Netflix series is much more stoic and stronger and confident about herself.
Okay.
And Dakota Fanning brings the same kind of acting in The Watchers.
Okay.
Again, this character is just very stoic. She's just very non-reactionary, very calm, but at the same time, you see so much. You see depth, you see pain, you see struggles, that sort of thing, and it's something I think Dakota Fanning is starting to master as an actor, especially if you've watched her since she was a kid, coming up, Also, Georgina Campbell is in this film, and I have been in love with Georgina Campbell for quite a few years now. She was in my favorite film of 2022, the horror movie Barbarian, which I think is one of the coolest, most innovative horror films. Yeah. And she's also the star of my favorite Black Mirror episode, Hang the DJ, hence my 99.8% match. Sure.
Oh, okay.
So those of you who watched Black Mirror and are familiar with the Hang the DJ episode, yes. So I have sort of been infatuated with Georgina Campbell for quite a few years. So yeah, she and Dakota Fanning were my big draw,
Okay.
really.
All right.
Other than it being directed by Ishana Night Shyamalan,
Mm-hmm. This is her feature film
This is her
debut?
Her feature film debut, yes.
Okay.
And it's not a bad effort at all.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a good start. Like they said, promising.
It is. A lot of the critics, like as I've said before, I feel like they've all sort of paraphrased Owen Gleiberman from Variety. It's like, yeah, it's promising. It's off to a good start, and then it just gets real top heavy. But I actually think that's one of the things that's cool about it. It has like plot twists within plot twists.
Okay.
So if you like that sort of thing.
So is she following in her dad's footsteps then, as far as making twisty films?
Well, I mean, having watched Servant and then watching this movie, I would say maybe, but it's hard to say because again, this is still her feature film debut. Her next movie could be something completely
straightforward,
different.
Yeah.
Yes, but for now, from watching her work on Servant and then watching her feature film debut, I would say yes. I feel like she's following in her dad's kind of psychological horror sort of footsteps for sure. Because this movie has all those elements, and it's cool. It's got jump scares, and it's eerie, and it takes place in the Irish, the Irish woodlands. And,
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. That does sound very Shyamalan family.
And there's some really, and if you like folklore, there's some really cool like folklore stuff in it as well.
Okay.
The film was also written by Ishana Night Shyamalan, and it's based on the very popular 2022 A.M. Shine novel, The Watchers.
Okay. So what exactly is it about?
So
Without getting into spoiler territory. Yeah.
Dakota Fanning plays Mina, and she's an immigrant, an American living and working in Ireland. She works at a pet shop.
Okay.
And her boss needs her to deliver this bird to this pretty sort of orangish, yellowish bird.
Okay.
Who talks just maybe once or twice throughout the film. She talks, and she talks to the bird at times too. But anyway, she's tasked by her boss to deliver this bird to a new client.
Okay.
So, and then she ends up in the Irish forest, after her car breaks down, and all these sort of eerie, ominous things start to happen. And then this older woman finds her, and that woman is played by Olwen Fouéré. And or Fouéré. I shouldn't really try to pronounce that first E. I'll just say Fouéré. So
sure.
I apologize if she's watching.
Sorry.
So Olwen Fouéré plays this older woman, almost elderly, and she lures her into this bunker, saying, you will be safe in here, because clearly something terrible is about to happen. So in this bunker, Mina is with this woman, and that character's name is Madeline. So Mina, Madeline, Kara, who's played by Georgina Campbell, and a dude is in there with them named Daniel, and that is played by Oliver Finnegan. So all four of them now are stuck in this bunker, and
already sounds a little bit weird.
And apparently, at night, they have to stand in front of this mirror, and these creatures in the forest watch them, and they can't really move or do a lot of things. Sometimes Kira, who's played by Georgina Campbell, she dances to some music, and that seems to appeal to them. But basically, yes, they are being watched by these creatures.
This is sounding like a very creepy film.
It is a creepy film, but it's also it's creepy. It's cool. It's jump scary. It has plot twists within plot twists.
Yeah, not everything seems like it is.
And I brought up the Daniel character, Oliver Finnegan. I actually was impressed with his acting. The Daniel character is very like wide-eyed, sort of like he's kind of sarcastic and vulnerable all at the same time. You know, he tries to be humorous, but you know, he's just still like terrified and, you know, is just as scared as the rest of them.
Okay.
Kira,
It's his coping mechanism.
Kira, the Georgina Campbell character, she's more sort of demure, soft spoken, more nurturing, you know, but also scared, just trying to survive. Her husband was in there with her apparently, but he went off to search for help and he never came back. So there's something in else.
Something about that, yeah.
Yeah, there's something that's also a big plot in the film. So, but yeah, the principal photography that I thought was really nice. It really captured, you know, Dublin and Galway, you know, where it was actually shot, and it's lovely. It's quite it's well shot, and again, I don't know. I think the critiques, the harsh critiques might be based on the nepotism factor too. I don't know, but I think they were being a little harsh, but I don't know. I'm going to turn it over to you for any sort of questions you might have.
I've already asked a few questions, but I mean, so many questions that I have would spoil everything about the film.
Yeah, I don't really want to spoil too much.
Yeah. And yeah, you've really gone. It barely explains what's going on in that film. I'm sure that that's just like the first 15 minutes, what you just explained. So it just sort of goes on from there, and weirdness happens. Did the twist endings or the plot twists surprise you?
It did surprise me.
Okay.
It surprised me, and it also. The plot twist is surprising, and the ending is also satisfying.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the Mina character herself she's got some internal stuff. I mean, there's a reason she's sort of escaping life. You know, she
moving to a completely different country.
She's estranged from her twin sister. You know, her mother died when she was quite young, and this is all laying very heavy on her still. So, you know, and she leads a very, you know, escapist kind of life. She kind of cosplays at night and goes to clubs, and she has a wig and things like that, and tells boys that, you know, he gives a different name, and, you know, she just so she definitely leads like this escapist kind of life. I do have like one sort of criticism.
What's your quibble?
There are a couple times she addresses the bird, sort of about her situation and what she's doing. I don't think she needed to talk to the bird at all. I feel like that dialogue was inserted to like give the audience some insight into her.
Probably.
But I really think the audience is smarter than that. And she was already saying things we already knew, or we would have figured out probably in the next scene. So the couple lines of dialogue she had with the bird, I thought were a little corny. But really, that is my only quibble with the film.
Did it at least set up a decent, like, I mean, rapport is not a good word for it, but at least set up the idea that she is confiding in this bird early on?
It sets up that the bird is some kind of a companion for her. Like the bird, at least, is there. It is sort of therapy in her isolation, I suppose. So, yeah. So, which brings me to what I was originally trying to say. I think that's sort of been established. So the dialogue, you know, I don't think she really needed to have much dialogue with the bird.
So it wasn't necessarily like, you know, just like out of the blue she starts talking to the bird. It's more just that the lines that she says to the birds occasionally are just like, yeah, that wasn't necessary.
Exactly. exactly, because there were things that were already established that we already knew, and I'm like, the audience is smarter than this. We and it those couple moments kind of sort of took away from the magic of the film, but it didn't ruin it for me.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
but
It's enough to knock you a half a star down.
yeah. You know, I think that's enough to give it. You know, that's why I gave it more like 3 stars, maybe than 3.5. So you know,
I mean, is there potential for her career going forward?
Oh, Ishana Night Shyamalan. Oh, absolutely. Oh, I don't see why not. I mean, she got a lot of critical praise for her writing and directing in Servant, and that the series, and then I mean, I think this movie will. I still think this movie will help establish her. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna do her any harm. I think she's. I think you know, it's not. I definitely. It's not the huge blockbuster. It's not the huge moneymaker that Bad Boys 4 is gonna be. But
you can only do a twisty movie with a Shyamalan name on it so many times. The audience will get tired of it.
But The Watchers has an audience. I think this movie will have enough of a popularity. I think I think it's gonna make enough money to stay in the theaters for a little bit, and then once people can stream it at home, I think it's gonna get a lot of viewing in that. But we'll see. But to answer your initial question, no, I don't think the overall the consensus of bad reviews that I've been reading, I don't think that's gonna affect Ishana Night Shyamalan's career one way or the other. I think she definitely has a future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you hope that she'll break out of the Shyamalan style?
I don't think it matters. I look forward to seeing more of her work.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. And it can be it could be this horror psychological horror suspense stuff, or completely different, you know. I don't exactly see her doing like a rom-com or anything like that, but
or Marvel movie.
But yeah, I definitely, you know, I definitely want to see her more of her work, and I'd be fine with whatever genre it ends up being.
Well, we'll see what happens with that then.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the question of the hour.
Aha.
You have the festival for 24 hours from Saturday at noon until Sunday at noon. Do you show this movie?
I would show this movie.
Okay.
This movie would probably be I would put this probably around the 7 o'clock mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
AM or PM?
PM.
PM.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would put this at the 7 p.m. It's weird. I think I definitely would put it in competition for something like at 8 or something like that, because I don't think it's that fabulous enough, you know, to give it sort of like a prime shot. But I'll give it like a 7 p.m. shot where it's competing with something that's going to start soon after that. So
Yeah. So anybody who like another art house film can go to this one instead.
Yes.
And enjoy themselves.
Yeah. So does that make any sense?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Overlapping films. I didn't even think about that. I figured it would just be one theater showing everything, but yeah. Wow.
Well, that's what film festivals are.
Your festival is like all over the place.
Film festivals,
several theaters.
The movies overlap. That's what a film festival is. I mean, that's why it's called a festival, you know.
Fair point.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like a music festival where you well, some music festivals.
Well, even the music festivals, you have the main stage and you have the side stage.
That's true. You're right. You're right. Yeah. I mean, you know,
I never even really thought about that. But then again, the only kind of movie marathon thing I've gone to has just been one theater. So,
as far as film festivals, most film festivals there are different things showing at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
There's always something for you out there.
Yeah, you sort of have to pick and choose what you really want to see.
Yeah.
You know.
I hope that nothing overlaps that you want to see.
So I didn't love the film, but I liked it just enough to put it in a sort of competitive slot.
Yeah.
So
There's potential there.
Yeah.
You want more people to see it so that her career takes off.
But I want this film to have an audience. The Watchers is a good film. It's entertaining. Again, it's got what you want in a horror movie, and you know, it's got, again, very cool folklore and decent acting, and it's not you know, I don't always necessarily like actor heavy movies. You know, you've got about 4 or 5 characters in the film that you are just sort of centered on, and that's it. And so,
which, yeah, usually when you have that small of a cast, it's a very character driven show, and to hear people saying that it's plot heavy makes me go, interesting.
I mean, it's not really all that plot heavy as much as it is plot twisty.
Yeah.
You know, it does feel like it's sort of going one direction for a while, and then a lot of things happen, you know, in that last, I don't know, 20 minutes of the film.
Yeah. Everything just sort of turns on its ear.
Yeah.
Several times over.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I don't know what to say other than The Watchers. It's a cool film. Go see it.
Give it a chance. Or wait until it's on Netflix or whomever around Halloween time.
Yeah.
It'll be very, very apropos.
Yeah. It's a fun movie. I think it'll be one of those movies that you could screen at, like, you can have like a party if you want to have like a film viewing party, and then, you know, some people are going to be like, oh, this is a cool film, and then some people are going to be like, this film is so silly and ridiculous and boring and
Those are the people that can go hang out in the kitchen and have snacks. let the real movie people watch it.
But no, I still think it has some mainstream stuff that's good. Again, it is. If you're looking for jump scares, you will get some in this film.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, there's your review. Let's do the outro.
So, wrap it up.
Yeah. So thanks for listening to this episode. Well, thank you for watching this episode. I need to rewrite this.
Well, you know.
You can't see, but I have a script laying out in front of me because I cannot memorize anything. Thank you for watching this episode of Bad Pop Song. Be sure to check out our website, badpopsong.com, for latest episodes, links to the stuff we talk about, written reviews from Beau, and all kinds of other fun things like music videos starring Beau himself. Looking very dashing on a cruise ship. Tune in next time when Beau continues to take us on his wondrous magic carpet ride of musical cringe and movie reviews and other stuff like that. I really do need to rewrite this entire thing.
That's fine.
Bad Pop Song has grown so much since I originally wrote this.
All things Beau.
Yeah. I'll put that in there. Till then, I'm Dan.
I'm Beau.
Have fun.
Stay groovy.